What's happening? What if I... Oh. It's like 3D. Okay, hold on. Maybe I'll just wear this. I don't know how... Before... Wait. The other streams that I've done, it wasn't like that. I don't know what happened. Oh well, we're just gonna go with this. Anyway. Hi. Hello everybody. I hope that you're all having a lovely day or night. We have an exciting stream today, or I'm excited at least. Haven't done a tarot reading stream in a few months. And today we're going to be doing readings for everybody in our newest wave in EN by the beat. So we're going to see what the cards have in store, what the universe might want to let them know. We're going to see what to look out for, things like that. Before I get started, for every tarot reading stream, I make sure to put a little disclaimer in the description. So please make sure to check that out if you feel any type of way, I guess, about this sort of content. And before we start reading, we want to invite good energy and nothing distracting. We want to be in a place where we can be unbiased and just reading, you know, subjectively, and that whatever comes through, to remember that the future always changes, and a lot of things are not absolute. Oh, objectively, thank you. Thank you. I don't know words. I'm just a messenger of the universe, not an English major. Yep, words are not my strong suit, for real. Even though I'm a songwriter. Okay, so before we get started, we have a little mantra. It's at the top of the description in this stream. We're gonna repeat it a few times, however many times is needed for me to feel good about starting. So if you want to join in, you can. Or if not, you can just kind of take in the vibes. So, let's begin. This space is safe. This space is clear. Only love and peace may enter here. This space is safe. This space is clear. Only love and peace may enter here. This space is safe. This space is clear. Only love and peace may enter here. This space is safe. This space is clear. Only love and peace may enter here. Alright everyone, let's get started. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start individually first with each member, and then afterwards I will do like an overall group reading. So we're gonna get right into it. Who's the first person that we're going to be reading for? It's the person who just had a karaoke stream. Calyx Debonair. Just in case if you guys didn't know, he just had a karaoke stream, his first one, so make sure to check it out and watch because it was really, really good and inspired me to work harder. So we're going to see what the universe has in store for him, or what the universe might want to tell him. His cute little face in the ball, in the crystal ball. Okay, I think the universe is a little eager to tell him something. Okay, let's input everything that came out. How did you know? Some of you know what I mean when I say that. Let's see. This one. This one. There we go. I'm in the glass orb. Hi, Calyx. Oh my god. Hold on, let me take a second to center myself because I got a little nervous seeing you. Okay. Hold on, before I show everything, let me just take a moment to like look through. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna show you. Don't apologize, it's okay. Thank you for coming. I'm gonna show the cards now. So for the first card, sorry, the first card we have the 5 of coins. For the second card, we have the 2 of cups. For the third card, we have the Queen of Swords. And as some of you realized, a card popped out. So for a pop-out card, we have the 3 of Wands. So for the way that we're going to be reading this is like a past, present, future situation where we're gonna look at some influences of some things from the past that might be influencing the present, and then the present, you know, it is what it is, and then a possible future. And the pop-out card is going to give us a little more extra insight, extra detail to what this message is trying to give. So what I'm getting from this past card, I associate 5 of coins with somebody who has gone through some hardship, specifically materialistically. So hardship with finances, and even though there is financial struggle, the light from the window shows some sort of window of hope. The thing about financial struggle a lot of the time is that you start to learn what's important to you and what your priorities are, because you don't have all this extra disposable income to just spend on things that you want. Instead, you focus a lot on the things that you need, because obviously there's things that you need to survive. There's things that you need to get through life. So it feels like this is something that, growing up from a place like this, what you take into the present or into the future you, which is the present, is a new skill set of not only practically, you know, like how to manage your finances and save money, but mostly the idea of separating what's important to you and what can take a seat at the back of your mind. Obviously it's a challenging time, and during a challenging time like this, it's hard to see whether there will be any improvement in the future. But this card kind of is showing me that even if you didn't really see a light at the end of the tunnel, or maybe, you know, maybe if you thought that the light to this building in the card was dark, there actually was a light that was on, which shows that later on in life, you know, an opportunity had arrived that helped bring you out of this place. So that's really good to see, really good to know, and good to see the improvement and improvement in quality of life and improvement in the way that you carry your head on your shoulders. Going into the present, we have Two of Cups. And I really like this card when it shows up, because what it tells me about the person is that they already have somebody in their life who they can share everything with, who they can confide in if things go wrong. If you're feeling really bad about something, there's already somebody in your life that you are very, very close to, that you share everything with, that you share a lot with. And it feels like maybe this isn't something that you had before because of the struggle that happened in the past. Feels like instead of focusing on having another person by your side or focusing on having another person to confide in, you obviously had to focus on your own survival, or maybe even focusing on the well-being of the people around you who you were close with, whether that's, you know, family or friends, whoever you were staying with at the time. So it's good to see now that there's a person in your life who you can feel very close with, and you don't have to be afraid of sharing things with. They're very supportive. And typically for me at least, when a card like this comes out, it's kind of like a reminder to keep that person close to you, because their presence in your life is going to be very valuable. So it's just kind of like a reminder to not lose sight of them, because in, you know, all the busyness of life, and especially currently, there's a lot of things that you have your mind set on, a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas. Your hands are kind of like in a lot of different places. You're wearing a lot of different hats. It's easy to forget about the person who has supported you the most. So just like a good reminder for that. Feels like this feels like this person has like a feminine energy. Doesn't necessarily mean that they are a woman or identify as a woman. I just feel a feminine energy of somebody who is there for you and is very like nurturing. And looking at a possible future, we have Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, she is somebody who has gone through quite a bit. And because of that, because of all that she's been through, and you know, she's seen it all and has been through it all. Who is this diva? We love this diva, exactly. She is very, very devoted to the people that she's close to because of everything that she's gone through. So it feels like, as a possible, what this kind of alludes to is, you know, you may go through your fair share of struggle still, even in the future, which is normal. You know, life isn't without struggle, as I say a lot, but you're somebody that will come out stronger from it, and you will kind of know who are the real ones in your life, and you'll be able to keep them close and protect them, and feels like you're on your way to becoming somebody who kind of doesn't like when people waste your time. Not sure if that's already a quality that you have, but if so, it will develop even more. Even though there's a feeling of trying to become somebody who is self-sufficient and somebody who you can rely on, just a reminder that you don't have to always present yourself as, like, I guess, in certain situations, it feels like there's no need to try and kind of put on this front of being like a stone cold bitch, to like protect yourself and to show how strong you are, because that will show in your normal actions and your normal like everyday things that you do. It's good to be self-reliant. It's good to have this sort of self-confidence where you can take care of yourself, but at the same time, it's also good to know when to be vulnerable and when to, not be so guarded all the time, because it feels like maybe something will happen that kind of makes you feel like that you need to be strong, but it's also okay to not be strong all the time. And this can apply to a lot of different things, of course, but it just feels like this is a good reminder. And yeah, and going into the pop-up card, the card that was very excited while I was shuffling to give you a message, to be like, yo, remember this thing right here. Three of Wands is, there's a guy who he's putting in a lot of effort to do what he has set his mind out to do. He has like a goal and he wants to meet it as soon as possible. So he's pushing himself to put out all this energy into whatever the objective is. This feels very much like when you light a fire and you put the candle or the flame just out in the open, and you focus on making the fire bigger and stronger, but you don't realize that nothing is protecting it, and so even a draft from the window will put it out. So even though you have all this focused energy and effort put into this objective that you're trying to accomplish, you must remember that a flame lasts only so long without the proper attention and care and being patient. If you're patient to cover the flame with something to protect it from the outside influences and sources like wind, rain, all of that stuff, then the fire will continue. But if you just focus on keeping the fire on and trying to increase the power of the fire then it will go out just as easily as you created it. There's a strength that is there that I think a lot of people feel from you, but at the same time making sure that you're not over exerting yourself for something that might go away quickly. So just trying to keep a consistent spark alive, basically. And I think this is quite a common occurrence especially in this field of work, in content creation and things like that. Very easy to, experience burnout very quickly. So it's important to know how to sustain stuff like that. How to sustain the flame, how to sustain the fire. Yeah, so that it doesn't go out. So overall feels good. There's just some things to take away, just a lot of, taking care of yourself in order to help others, because if you don't take care of yourself, you won't be able to take care of anyone around you. Yeah. So I hope that was able to help in any way, and I hope that something resonated. But it feels good. Sorry, Ukinya is distracting me, and I'm trying not to let him distract me. Yeah, Gamba. I'm glad that you were here to experience the reading. Okay. Yippee. Who's next? Can anyone guess? I've always found this stuff cool. Thank you for the reading. Yeah. I'm available anytime if you ever want another one. For any reason at all. And it'll be for free. Some people, I guess I don't really talk about it too much. Some people forget that I used to do this for money, so. Oh my god, that's a steal. Yeah. Okay. Bloop. Sable. Saburu. Alright, Sable. Let's see what the universe has for you. Sable. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay. Let's reveal what we have for Sable. I find that with a lot of my readings for different waves, because I'm reading for a unit, similar cards tend to appear. So for the first card, we have the Three of Wands again. For the second card, we have Queen of Coins. And for the third card, we have Death. So, similarly to Calyx's reading, seems like this card is trying to make some messages clear. It seems that from the get-go, something that maybe they grew up with is having this spirit of always working very hard at whatever they're trying to accomplish. It is, when you're young, and maybe when you're in school, or if you're working at a young age, or whether it's, something with family, finding approval from family, there's always going to be a spirit of wanting to make sure that you're doing the best that you can to show what you have to offer. There's this feeling of always trying to prove yourself. So it feels like it's a reoccurring theme. It was a reoccurring theme in his life where there was always an objective, and he was always striving towards that objective. And it could be several objectives, different goals in his life that he had, that maybe he put a lot into and may not have gotten the result that was intended or satisfactory to him and those around him. In the case of showing up in the past, it feels like the spark or the flame that was there before may have burnt out a little bit because there was no way of sustaining it. And it was just constant, it's constant just giving and putting yourself into it and not trying to keep things balanced. And so it just kind of eventually, not of your own choice or accord, it will start to dim because you're tired. After a while, you get tired. That's naturally just what happens. So I feel like the lesson was learned there as he grew into the present him. And this shows in the Queen of Coins, because the Queen of Coins she's quite self-confident, and not just, out of nowhere. it came over time. Over time, learning from your environment and taking from your environment to make it your own in your own space. There's a sense of, after everything, learning to become somebody who is resourceful. Because coins here, or pentacles, has to do with materialistic things of this earth. So there's the repeated idea again of self-sufficiency and wanting to be self-sufficient with your own self and what you have to offer. Learning what qualities that you have that you can show and offer to the world and harnessing it. Something that there's a quote in this little book that I'm reading. As like a little reference. It says, "Trust in your own abilities and embrace your unique way of being in this world." I think that's a very good way of putting this present self that is showing in the cards. Trust in the abilities that you have now, that you have learned to that you've learned to work on, because as an individual, only you yourself know how you will exist in the world. No one else can tell you how you will be or exist in the world, because they're not you and they don't know you and they don't have the same abilities, or even if they do, they're expressed differently or learned differently. And knowing this, we have the possible future of death, which, not literal death, I feel like I always have to explain this. Death as in the ending of a cycle, the ending of a period of life, or a chapter, and the beginning of a new one. I think it's a great card. Honestly, sometimes I wish this card came out more often, but obviously each card comes out when it needs to and when it's the right time. And it feels like sometime in the future, there will be a moment, maybe a moment that is not seen by anyone else, but only known by him and seen by him and those close to him, where it feels like maybe it's a cycle of habits that ends and a new era of good habits, or a new era of trying something that you didn't think that you could do before. Maybe like a rediscovering of self, where qualities and abilities that you thought you did not have will manifest themselves and will start a new cycle of learning about yourself. So it feels good. Whatever has to end, or whatever cycle, whatever chapter in whatever part of your life has to end, is something that has to end and will be good for you. A lot of the time, you know, change is something that people are afraid of. But a lot of the time that those changes have to happen. So knowing and also just reminding that it's okay. And even if there are growing pains, that's just part of it. And it won't last forever. Yeah. Sable. All right. Who's next? All right. Next up. Next up we have Freyo. Fureo. Freydor. Freodor. You look so angry in the little ball. It's okay. Nothing bad will happen to you. I'm just trying to read your future. Okay. This one. This one. This one. Okay. Okay. Give me a second to just kind of take it in. Okay. So let's reveal. For the first card, we have the 3 of coins. For the second card, we have the Empress. And for the third card, we have the Tower. Yeah, everyone has coins so far. Queen never cry. Okay. So this is going to be an interesting read. What I'm getting so far is that in the past, it feels like in the past he has accomplished many things. It feels like there have been a lot of projects that he has worked on where he's been like at the forefront. It shows that he's worked in many groups before, so there's a feeling of this togetherness that he's familiar with, that there's a it feels like there is thinking about like how a project manager is working on something for a long time, and when all the elements come together and the project is complete, there's a sigh of relief. Feels like he's felt that many times before. So coming into the present feels like, you know, it kind of feels like oh, it feels good to be in a part of something again. It feels good to be in a group of like-minded people again. Like this is where I can flourish, because I know how to work with people, and if they work with me, then we can create something really good. And we can bounce off of each other. It feels like maybe he doesn't feel this way, but it feels like he's kind of a connector. That having him as part of something connects other people together. And maybe he doesn't feel that way, but it's what I'm kind of getting from this reading. That he connects, he's like a bridge between people. And it might have to do with his aura or how he presents himself, that other people are drawn to him, and so in turn, being a part of a group, everyone kind of works around him and without even realizing, and he kind of leads things in a sense. Maybe not purposely, but it just happens naturally. Yeah, it feels like maybe for some friend groups, he's like the epicenter. Um, which going into the Empress feels very in character. Because the Empress, of course, is somebody who has a lot of nurturing and feminine qualities. There's a sense of being, I guess, the mother. There's maternal qualities. That if something happens, he's able to bring people back down to earth. If people are feeling like they are kind of losing themselves or getting lost in whatever is going on around you, he helps ground them back. I think this makes it so that people feel relaxed around him. And so it's easy for others to maybe open up to him or try to find common ground. At the same time, though, I think what happens with a lot of people who have this sort of maternal and motherly energy, they tend to take on more than they can sometimes. It feels like the tower has presented itself because there may be a point where he takes on too much. And he takes on too much of the burden of being this mother figure to the people around him, that it causes an imbalance in himself. Because as a mothers, take care of their children and they want what's best for them, and a lot of the time they want to take any pain or negativity that would be put on her children or her loved ones onto herself. And if that's not dealt with in a healthy way, then it becomes something that festers over time and can manifest later on in life, not in a good way. So that's what it feels like is coming through, the message of just remembering that even though you may want to take care of others or make sure that others are taken care of, you've got to also remember to take care of yourself so that you can take care of other people. Otherwise, there will be an imbalance and things may start crumbling around you in terms of your grasp on different things. Maybe you're working on multiple projects at the same time, but if you're taking on too much of the role of taking care of other people first, then you start to lose your grasp on the things that you're working on for yourself. And it's not a good feeling. And I feel like this is showing itself now in this reading, because he's somebody that can kind of nip it in the bud early on so that this doesn't happen. So I don't feel worried. It's more so just like a reminder, maybe a very strong reminder to take care of yourself. And to seriously take care of yourself, and not in a way where, you know, people are always talking about self-care, but they don't actually do it in this case. It feels like you really do gotta take care of yourself and do some self-care, because otherwise it will really bite you in the ass later. And you know, that goes for a lot of people. That goes for everyone, actually. But maybe it needs to present itself a little more radically to people who maybe tend to overwork themselves and make it so that they carry on the pain and the hurt of others. It's just like how therapists need their own therapy as well. Like, if your therapist doesn't have a therapist, then something's wrong. It gotta be a cycle, you know? Like, your therapist has a therapist who also has a therapist, etc., etc. Because everyone gotta look out for each other. Yeah, because we're trying to be back here with the Empress, where we are right now. We got to keep that energy going for the future and not, you know, lose sight of it. But again, I'm not worried, because I feel like there are people around him that are able to take care of him as well. I think maybe he just has to let that happen. Yeah. Yeah, ultimately, we gotta take care of each other. Otherwise, if you can't take care of yourself, how are you gonna take care of anyone else? Yeah, take care of each other. That's why I always say at the end of most streams, just a reminder to take care of each other. All right. Let me just take a quick moment. Okay. Now, last but not least, bloop, Zeal. Hello, Zeal. Let's see what the universe wants to tell you. Okay. All right. Mm. Okay. So let's reveal for Zeal. Haha. For the first card, we have 5 of Swords. For the second card, we have 6 of Wands. And for the third card, we have Page of Cups. I feel from the beginning, from the get-go, I feel like this reading is very much it feels like the person who this reading is for is somebody who's a creative. And as we know, he debuted right out the gate with an EP. So he's a very creative person, very involved with the creative process and doing things that are artful. So we have the 5 of Swords, which tells me that it feels like in the past he may have been in situations where nobody really believed in him, and in order to show what he's made of, it had to be done in a way that kind of maybe he had to show his success in a way that maybe people who used to be his friends kind of I think it feels like okay. It feels like there may have been a moment of maybe letting go of people who used to be part of your life because they didn't believe in you, and not trying to, be practical and show you the reality of things, is more like just plainly not believing in another person without any backing to it. And as a creative, you need people who can lift you up and can push you forward to strive for better, to better yourself. And so it feels like there's some people that he had to leave behind in order to become successful in whatever field he wanted to pursue. You can really tell in the card as well, in both my personal card and also on the screen, you can see that there's people in the back who have kind of are walking away, or they're not feeling too good. And meanwhile, the person at the forefront is the one who's collecting the swords. it feels as if it feels like something, of course, that had to happen, but at the same time, it doesn't make it hurt any less, because these are people that you used to call your friends, or people who you used to call your, maybe your closest people in your life, depending on the situation, depending on, you know, who it is. It just feels like it's just a few people who used to be in his life that didn't want him to pursue creative things the way that he wanted to. And so in order to press on, you have to let those people go, in order to succeed and better yourself. So that's what it kind of feels like is happening here, which is definitely, you know, it's hurtful, but it's part of the process of living a life that's true to yourself. Because with the Six of Wands, it feels like in the present day, it's a time when others are lifting him up for his accomplishments, for what he's doing. It's like it's definitely a celebratory card. It feels like though that he cannot, or he'd rather not let the celebration go to his head, because because of the way the past was for him, it feels like there's a feeling of not being able to fully celebrate yourself, or fully dive into the praise that other people give you. There is humbleness, but it also feels kind of like a moment of trying to keep yourself in check, because you never know what people are really thinking, what people are really feeling. So I feel like there needs to be a moment of believing in yourself a little bit more. Believing in your ability, believing in what you do, because you've already let those people go in the past that did not support you, and now you're able to pursue what you want to pursue in all the fullness that you can. So I guess it also feels like you should let yourself celebrate the things that people praise you for, because it will help you press on and create even more things, and maybe even better things. And it feels like, especially going to the future, the possible future of Page of Cups, it feels very much like this is going to be something that will continue to be part of his life. But maybe he may pursue a different creative endeavor in the future, because it feels like there's a moment of like, there's a moment of looking within and kind of feeling like, oh, something new is about to happen. Maybe looking back on all of your creations and thinking, oh, I think I want to go in a new direction. And when you let yourself go in that new direction and kind of explore like childlike curiosity, it can result in something different and something possibly even better than what you've been doing. You might not know what's happening, but it feels good. So whatever that new creative direction is that might show itself in the future, it feels like you should go for it and explore what that is, because it might result in something really nice. And I feel like after things that you've gone through, you have the foresight to differentiate if it's a good opportunity for you or not. Yeah. In my card, in the card on the screen, you know, it shows itself in one way because it's the classic Rider Waite deck. But in my card, the Page of Cups shows somebody who has their hands resting on a cube, and on the cube is the cup, and inside of the cube is like this orb of light, and the person is looking at the orb. And that's what I mean when it's kind of like looking inward and seeing something new, seeing a new creative direction and being like, oh, maybe I should explore that, see what that is. So it feels like ultimately, you know, self-appreciation. You should pat yourself on the back a little bit more. And keep your mind open to more creative endeavors that may present themselves to you in a way that might not be what you expected, but will still be a good opportunity. Maybe this is something worth noting too, like for the Six of Wands, in my set of cards, it shows a person who is crowd surfing. On the card on the screen, it's still celebratory because, you know, the person's marching around on their horse. But in my card, it's like a person crowd surfing. You can't see the crowd because, you know, it's kind of like very like dreamy looking, but it is like somebody being carried by other people. So it feels like, you know, maybe you should let loose a little bit, let yourself crowd surf. Crowd surfing is scary because you never know if somebody's gonna drop you, but I think it's worth taking the risk of celebrating yourself. Because if everyone is celebrating you, no one's gonna drop you. All right. Okay, everyone. So we have done the individual readings for By the Beat. And now we're gonna do a group reading for all of them. Let's see. Do they have a logo? I don't think they do right now. I don't see one. I don't think they're all gonna fit in the crystal ball. I don't know if I can find an image of all of 4 of them. Maybe I can use this one. They do. Oh, okay. An Uno card? Oh my god. Maybe I'll put a... Wait. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Here, let's do this. I'm gonna do this. Okay. Oh god. Kind of huge. Wait a minute. Oh my god. Is this gonna work? Yeah! There we go. I put a satellite emoji in the crystal ball. That works. Everyone stream Satellite by the Beat. Satellite. Bum ba dum bum bum bum. Okay. So now we're gonna do a reading for the group. We're gonna see what the universe has in store for them as a whole. As by the beat. By the beat. By the beat. I'll feed you soon, I know. Okay. Yeah, I think Uki now really loves By the Beat. Here we go. Aha, okay. I think wands is a reoccurring theme for By the Beat, which makes sense to me. But let me show you guys what I mean. So for the first card, we have Judgment. Then we have the Five of Wands. And then we have the King of Wands. So we have some progression here, which I like to see. We like to see progression. So, this for me, what I'm feeling. Okay, so yeah, Judgment doesn't really come out that often, but I think in this situation and in this reading, for them, it's quite relevant. Judgment is a card that calls for like forgiveness. Feels like there's a need to forgive yourself for things in the past that may have affected things in the present. Also, thank you for the raid, Zeal. Hello. You made it just in time for the reading for By the Beat as a group, and I just started. Thank you for the raid. I hope you all had a good stream. Yeah, it feels like there's a feeling of needing to forgive yourself, a feeling of trying to let go of the past. Acknowledging that the past may have not been the best, accepting that and releasing it and leaving it there so that you can move forward into the future. It feels like maybe as a group, a lot of things may have happened leading up to it, but there's a feeling of, you know, acknowledging that all of those things happened already, and it's something that has to be moved forward from. There's a feeling of trying to forgive yourself for maybe things that you wanted to do but couldn't do. And to not judge yourself. Yeah, the past should stay in the past, and for the sake of you as a group moving forward, leaving those things in the past, making sure that you're not judging yourself for whatever has happened in the past, and move forward together. This is especially relevant coupled with the Five of Wands, because it feels like, well, the Five of Wands is, Five of Wands has to do with being competitive, which is also quite relevant too. It feels like a reminder that each and every individual is strong in their own right, and there needs to be a moment of togetherness and not trying to show off, try not to show off what you can do individually and rather what you can do as a group. It feels like there's been moments where maybe you guys have doubted yourselves in terms of what you have to offer. Maybe doubting your own skill set, doubting your abilities. But you shouldn't do that. Doubting yourself and what you can do is natural, but you're stronger together. Stronger together if you can show how you complement one another. It feels like if you can harness the strength of each person and meld them together, then it will become very powerful. A very powerful force. And it feels like this is something that will happen successfully because we got the King of Wands. And this makes me feel very good about the future of By the Beat, because the King of Wands not only represents kind of like the pinnacle of being passionate about what you like to do, what you love to do, and also leadership. It represents kind of like making the impossible possible. But at the same time, trying not to put this pressure of, you know, you don't have to change the world. You don't have to, yeah, you don't have to change the world, but also change will happen. So it feels like as a group, they will bring about change in certain ways. It feels like they, as a group, will be kind of like a driving force, like a motivator, motivating people around them to do better, like an inspiring force. So overall, it's kind of like, you know, acknowledging the faults of the past, moving forward, letting go of those things, tapping into what you're good at, combining that together so that you can move forward as a unit, and showing everyone the passion and the leadership that you have, which in turn will motivate other people around them to also make changes. If that makes sense. I'm just trying to like kind of what's it called? Connect the storylines. Yeah. It feels good. there's just, I think something that all of these readings have had in common is just big reminders. You may know certain things in your head or logically, but it's different than knowing within, knowing in your heart. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's what I have for them. Oops, shit, sorry. I hope that any of this was able to help in any way, and that maybe something resonated with any of them. I hope. And that if they have any questions, I guess, or if they want further reading, that I'm available. And I'm free to do that. I'm open anytime anyone in EN wants a reading from me. Yeah, Ukinya has been very vocal during this stream. I'm sorry about that. I hope it wasn't too distracting. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to... Oh, I think the main thing is because the door to my office is closed and he wants to go out. So... But I didn't want to kind of... interrupt the flow. I think I want to order like one of those cat sweaters so that he can climb into it. I don't know how comfortable he would be doing that yet, but we could see. Since, you know, he's started sitting on my lap. Alright. I hope that you guys enjoyed that. It feels nice to read some cards again. Let's see. So, I'm gonna be streaming again tomorrow. I'm gonna continue Coffee Talk episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly. So I'll see you then. Hi 늑준, 안녕. 잘 지냈어? I know that this stream is shorter than usual. But I think that's kind of the nature of these tarot reading streams. Unless if I'm doing, you know, like an open tarot reading like Totsu. Which, you know, those really take a lot out of me, as you guys know. So maybe I'll do it again sometime. But in the meantime, let me set up the redirect. Hey, don't do that. No, Sable, please let me in. There we go. Sable's starting his stream in around 14 minutes. So that's where we're gonna go, or that's where I'm gonna send you after I read everything from today. Yeah, he'll give me perms eventually. One day we'll be able to redirect to him the normal way. But in the meantime, thank you so much again, everybody, for allowing me this space to read for By the Beat. And thank you to By the Beat for allowing me to read your cards. Remember to stream Starlight and watch all of their covers that they uploaded on their streams. And for now, I will read everything that came through from today. I brought snacks with me. I didn't even read them. I didn't even read them. I didn't even eat them. I just kept going and reading. Good, which is nice. My spiritual stamina is going okay. Okay, let's get started. So we have Deet, Amy, Icy Stargazer, Fonsine, Ayano, Noodle, Sauce, Miss Dahlia, and Blue. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much. Otsuchi, welcome to the Ukiverse. Thank you so much. Fumi, welcome back. Thank you. Hopefully, I hope so. If they want to, because I want to. Kat, thank you for the super. Thank you. Hot sauce, thank you for the 10 gifted. Aaron, welcome back. Dudu, welcome back for 3 years. Thank you so much. Thank you. Jaska, welcome back. Yeah, soon you'll have an egg badge too. Nina, thank you for the super. Arigato, thank you. Puffy, Puffy, welcome back for 3 years. Thank you. Besitos. Thank you so much. Jenny and Sayanu, thank you both for the supas. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. I really do. Thank you so much. Jertz and Hal, welcome back. Thank you. Rismo and Joyce, thank you both for the supas. Cuppy, welcome back. Thank you. Jennifer, thank you for the supa as well. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad to hear. I can't wait. Thank you. Chiffon, welcome back. Haru, thank you for the supa. Arigato. Thank you. Arena, welcome back as well. God, you're also close to getting your egg badge. Thank you. Hey, I'm almost done, okay? we gotta finish it up here, guys, because Ukinya is getting very restless. Ocean Sheep, welcome back. Luna Ray, welcome back as well. Thank you guys so much. Again, I'll be streaming tomorrow for I'll be streaming tomorrow, continuing Coffee Talk episode 2. Everybody stay hydrated, eat something if you're hungry. I'm gonna send you guys, or well, we're doing a manual raid to Sable's stream, so I put the link in the pinned comment, so please look at that. His stream starts in just under 10 minutes, so we're gonna go over there. Make sure that you show him and By the Beat lots of love and support. Read his rules. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Or maybe later for Minecraft, who knows. Mwah. Bye bye, everybody. Bye bye. Do you have a cat? I do. He's been talking this whole time throughout this whole stream. Bye bye. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye bye. Bye. That's all.